Why I am not enlightened yet? That's a question I regularly face. Like people asking me why I'm not feeling this joy and this peace, why I'm not living my life from there. I still feel like crap, although I've been meditating for years. Well, first thing, let me tell you, if I ever come in this channel and I say I'm enlightened, please come and punch my face because I lost it. Um, First thing, you may know every possible answer any teacher has already said. So intellectually, you got the idea that enlightenment is not something you reach out. It's not something you become. It's something that is your true nature. And you may have heard this over and over. The awareness of awareness. You may have heard every possible intellectual answer to that. But my job is to actually help you to actually experience it and live from there. And how do I do that? Well, I have a high rate of success with people coming to me because of this little thing that I'm going to share with you right now. And it is the secret why you are not enlightened yet, or you don't experience it like it. It is because you are distracted. That's all. A very simple point, right? But if you're honest with yourself, you would realize that actually when you, let's say, sit to meditate, which is just a laboratory, like arena to know yourself, and then you go and living your life from the same point of view. So it's not just about meditation, it's about transforming your life fully. So the reason why sometimes for a long time people feel that they are meditating and it seems that the meditation goes well, like it feels peaceful, I feel good after that, I feel less anxious, or I feel less triggered, less emotional, and I feel more settled. And yeah, but still in your life you find the same behaviors, the same feelings sometimes for other people, like you just don't like stuff. and you find yourself a victim of circumstances or emotions inside of you. Well, the reason for that is because you don't have a quality standard on how to actually understand what distraction is. Because most people think that distraction, it is completely losing it. And what you're going to notice over the path of rising the quality of your meditation is that actually distraction, it's talking about a very subtle distortion in your perception. And that's how you miss it. That's how you miss that you're enlightened already. So the process is not to make you anything, to make you enlightened. It seems like you're in a path and there's going to be an end. There's all these stages. But that's how it looks to your mind. When you really integrate it in your practice, it feels more like you're unpackaging something that is already effortlessly present in every moment of your life. So it's like coming back here. Coming back here. Every time you have negative emotions or that you feel not enlightened, you're actually lost in thought. You're lost in some tendencies of daydreaming, in collapsing your consciousness into one single point of view, one voice in your head, and you don't notice that that's happening. So that's the answer to it. When you meditate, the only thing that you're doing is to let go of all that. So you just rest in what is. You may have heard these words before. Just rest in presence. Be aware that you are aware. You probably know all this very well. But if you're wondering, okay, how you do that? Well, I'm trying to explain it to you in the most simple and yet true way how this unfolds. You just learn to let go of your distractions. In the beginning, it feels like a lot, but it will settle, it will rest, it will calm down very, very profoundly. And you will start noticing how the aroma of your natural peace start just popping out in your life. Not just when you meditate, but also during your day. You just feel calmer at first. And little by little, you find yourself that you're a bit more joyful. Like you're more into the, okay, no problem. When something happens unexpected, your plans are completely broken by an unexpected event, normally related to someone else or something happening. You feel that when that happens, you just dodge the bullet. Like, okay, let's do something else. And in that flexibility, you start enjoying a more continuous sense of peace. And when you deepen that, that's at some point you start really getting to the core. You start living moment by moment, present, alive. And you start becoming so filled with this fascination, this love for life, that even experiencing things that before caused you trouble or caused you distress, it may become enjoyable. It may become something that, oh, I'm excited, I'm learning something. You know, your whole perspective will naturally switch. You're not really doing anything. I'm not saying you should change your perspective of things. What I'm saying is that, no, you're just distracted. You're missing this point. You're running away from this moment all the time. So the solution for this is just stay, rest, be. And when you go away, you come back. You do this by training your attention. By training, it seems that you are learning something, but you are untraining your attention, will be a more accurate way to describe it. You're untraining your attention from being distracted, from being all over the place. People nowadays complain, yeah, we live in such a stimulated environment that you cannot even, some people cannot watch a movie, in the sense that we are so profoundly, you find yourself compulsively doing stuff that you actually didn't want to do, like checking too much your phone on social media or something like that. That happens because you're distracted. And that's not a nice place to be. It feels anxious, it feels fearful, it feels a complete lack of control in a negative way. And the solution is to stabilize yourself. So first, just relax. And then you pick an object and you use that object. The point is not concentration. The point is to have a reference so you can let go whenever you get distracted, because you don't notice that you get distracted. That's the whole point on how this suffering keeps popping up into your life. You're not noticing what is the root cause of it. So how you become aware of it, how you unveil the mechanics of your suffering. Well, I'm giving you a very simple exercise. You rest your attention on something, and every time your mind contradicts you and tries to derail you from what the simple acknowledgement of the presence, let's say, of your breath, you just go back to it. And there are a lot of things that will happen on the path of that. That's a deeper conversation that we can have if you contact me. But hopefully I'm packaging this in the most simple way that you can apply it now already. So it's not concentration, it's resting, and it's letting go. And when you let go of all the confusion, of all the distortion, of all the distraction, you're going to realize that you never have missed anything in your life. Suddenly, everything's going to fall into place. Call it enlightenment. I mean, enlightenment is just a concept for claiming the freedom and the peace that belongs to you. So I don't think it's a negative term, but I think as you deepen into the experience of it, the terms start becoming useless. It's just a label your mind is put into it. What I'm saying is that enlightenment will manifest itself on its own because it is there already. So it's not something you have to do. It's something you have to become. It will manifest itself if you remove the distortions of your distractions. Okay, so my final point is spend time with this. You cannot imagine how many times I talk to people and after a while you realize, yeah, but if you're not putting time on it, then how you expect something to change in your behavior? You have to invest time. When you have interest in something, when you get curious about, for example, in this case of letting go of distraction, sit and try it, give it a try. That's the end of the video. A practical, simple step for you to follow. See it. Concentrate, let's say, on your breath or something like that, meaning resting your attention, not that you close. Your attention may still remain open in this moment. And whenever your mind tries to collapse into thinking and get you distracted, just relax that. And naturally, you don't do anything but to be here, right? You're just here already. So the moment that you stop following that thought, you find yourself resting in this moment effortlessly. And if you do that for a long time, that's what has been labeled at some point enlightenment, because you live so full into that nothing in this world will send you out of this peaceful abiding. If you're serious about truly understanding meditation, not just the surface level mindfulness hype, but the deep, time-tested methods of the sages, I have a free course with real practical guidance waiting for you. And if you struggle to stay consistent with your meditation practice, join our free community for accountability, live online meditation sessions, and discussion circles that will keep you supported every step of the way. You'll find the link to join in the description or the comments below, so you will never have to do this alone. See you there.